Good morning, dear students. I am Jansi Miss, teaching you chemistry. This year you have to study, you have 3 separate books, physics, chemistry and biology. And you know that around us there are so many materials like book, table, oxygen, gas, carbon dioxide gas, then rice, wheat, like that. So in chemistry, we are dealing with all kind of these substances. And last year you have studied that all the substances are made up of atoms. Atoms are the smallest particle of a substance. Atoms combine to form molecules. These all you have studied last year. And you have also studied about elements. Elements are made up of similar kind of atoms. And Dalton, a famous scientist, put forward Dalton's atomic theory. According to this, elements are made up of tiny particles called atoms. That means all the elements are made up of very, very small particles called atoms. We cannot see atom with our naked eye. Second point, all atoms of given element are identical. You know that hydrogen is an element, oxygen is an element, sodium another element, carbon another element. So atoms of all atoms of hydrogen are same. Similarly, all atoms of oxygen are same. Then third point, atoms of given element are different from those of any other element. That means atom of hydrogen and oxygen are different. Atom of carbon and sodium are different. Then fourth point, atom of one element can combine with other atoms of other element to form compound. A given compound always has the same relative numbers and type of atom. That means carbon dioxide. It contains 2 atoms like carbon and oxygen. And this water, it contains 2 elements, hydrogen and oxygen. And carbon dioxide, it contains 2 elements, carbon and oxygen. Fifth point, atoms are indivisible in chemical process. Indivisible means atom cannot be divided. That is, atoms are not created or destroyed in chemical reaction. A chemical reaction simply changes the way the atoms are grouped together. That means according to Dalton, in a chemical reactions, atoms are not created. Atoms are neither created nor destroyed. So, there is no experimental proof for this Dalton's atomic theory. Then, after some years, J.J. Thomson, he found that atom contains some negatively charged particles called electrons. Atom contains some negatively charged particles called electrons. And Rutherford, he found that atom contains some positively charged particles called protons. In an atom, number of positively charged particle, J.J. Thomson's. See, this is J.J. Thomson's Plum pudding model. According to this, you can see negatively charged particles and positively charged particles. Negatively charged particles are called electrons, and positively charged particles are called protons. And you can see in the diagram, number of negatively charged particles is equal to the number of positively charged particles. That means, in the case of carbon, there are 6 positively charged particles and 6 negatively charged particles. That means 6 electrons and 6 protons. That means negative 6 plus positive 6. So total it will be 0. So an atom is chemically neutral. That means number of positively charged particles is equal to number of negatively charged particles. So now you studied about proton and electron. Proton, its charge is positive and it is discovered by Rutherford. And electron, it has negative charge, discovered by J.J. Thomson. And one more particle is there, neutron. It has no charge and it is discovered by James Chadwick. It is discovered by James Chadwick. So atom contains 3 particles, proton, electron and neutron. Proton positive charge, electron negative charge, neutron no charge. The mass of proton is equal to the mass of hydrogen atom, and the mass of neutron is also equal to the mass of hydrogen atom, and the mass of electron is very, very, very less. It is 1 by 1837 part of hydrogen atom. That means the mass of electron is very, very small. And you know that the number of proton and number of electrons are equal. So atom is chemically neutral. And now you have studied about electron, proton and neutron. And see the atomic structure. The central part of the atom, that is shown in black, and that is called nucleus. And the nucleus contains 2 particles. Nucleus is also discovered by Rutherford. Nucleus contains 2 particles, protons and neutrons. As neutrons have no charge and protons are having positive charge, the nucleus of an atom is positively charged because neutron has no charge. So the central part of the atom is called nucleus, and nucleus contains 2 particles, proton and neutron. The charge of nucleus is positive. And electrons are revolving in shells. There are 4 shells. They are called energy level. They are K, L, M, N. There are 4 shells, namely K, L, M, N. And the electrons are filling in the shell in the increasing order of energy. The electrons are filling in the shell in the increasing order of energy. The shell which is near to the nucleus is K. K has least energy. And N has highest energy. So firstly, electrons will go to K shell, then it will go to the second energy level, that is L shell, then the next, the electrons will go to the third energy level called M. And finally, the electrons will go to fourth energy level called N. So, that is very important thing. The K shell has least energy. So, electrons are filling in the increasing order of energy. So, there are 4 shells. K, L, M, N. K first shell, L second shell, M third shell, N fourth shell. There is one formula for finding the number of electrons in each shell, that is 2n squared. So the formula for finding the maximum number of electron is 2n squared, where n is the number of shell. So the first one, 2 into 1 square, that is 2 into 1, that is 2. Then n, it is the second shell, that is 2 into 2 square, that is 2 into 4, that is 2 into 4, that is 8. Then m, 2 square, that is 2 into 3 square, that is 2 into 9, that is 18. Then n is the fourth shell, that is 2 into 4 square, that is 2 into 16, that is 32. So you remember that 3 square, you may make mistake, 3 square is 3 into 3, 9, not 3 into 2, 6. So, the maximum number of electron in K shell is 2, and the maximum number of L shell electrons in L shell is 8, and the maximum number of electron in M shell is 18, and the maximum number of electron in L shell is 32. So, let us summarize what we have studied today. Atom contains 3 particles, namely electron, proton, and neutron. Electron is having negative charge, proton is having positive charge, and neutron has no charge. In the center of the atom, there is nucleus. Nucleus contains 2 particles, protons and neutrons. Atom is electrically neutral because number of protons are equal to the number of electrons. And the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in shells. Shells are also called energy levels. There are 4 shells, namely K, L, M, N. The maximum number of electron in K shell is 2. The maximum number of electron in L shell is 8. And M 18, N 32. So I think all of you understood. And so for the next class, you study all this. Okay, thank you.